There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give you the name of my client. That was completely sidestepping the entire freaking testimony. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his client and himself thing? Seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine this witness? Yes, Your Honor. You also gotta be a bit careful here. Alright, let's do this. We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your client's... I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry, go on. Well, it appears this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about my condition. Yep, case in point right there. We can't really push him too far, otherwise, The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people know about my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner? This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... yes? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough, please, no more. Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway. A hypothetical anyway, what? That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. Wouldn't you think that this would be very bad for them? It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of a crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who just spoke just now. Excuse me, would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything. That's a fun... To the gentleman who just spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you like to die? We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things left to say before I do. Urgh, that egomaniacal. It's no good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less comforting. I don't really think I care about the extra fluff. Just saw the name already. Yeah, we're gonna have to work. I'm not his therapist, you know. I think we just press stuff over again. Yeah, I think we just press stuff over until stuff happens. Yes, we know, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client had already broken the rules? A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with the client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you could understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. And then... yes, it's finally time. What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness? What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corradilla? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What? Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. Huh? Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be! On the phone earlier! What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Edwards in the back. Stabbed Edwards in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him the different name. Madangarde, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You silly the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Madangarde, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow, all of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. Prosecution has failed to provide a motive and instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility that the defendant knew himself it was a fake. But most definite of all, we have heard it from the assassin himself, the name of his client. Mr. DeKiller's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it's obvious to me that means Mr. Ngarde is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. What now? With the way this is going, Ngarde will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edwards is right. The killer is lying. And Ngarde, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would have absolved the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the Killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. The testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews. His suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all just because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He just named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife in the button, donning the Nickel Samurai costume. But that's... You even had a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impact was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted to revenge against the two who did hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No, Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I would ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Phoenix? I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept the not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Madangarde is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than Ngarde. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it's because of Edworth that I know the real truth. He could have got Ngarde convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. Wait, his trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please? The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But, that witness has clearly cleared your client through his testimony. His job here is done. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see this through is the witness's lies and to find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well. The trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please reestablish connection with Mr. Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done. But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. It is a wonder is it any wonder no one likes to go to court?